You wouldn't be alone if you said, it seems like none of my prospects ever call me back. Or when I am speaking to my prospects, a lot of times they completely deny ever having responded to any offer or any ad or anything in the first place. So the good news is there's a solution to this, and I'm going to be discussing it right now. I'm James McDonald with Agent Lead to Close, and I've got another great couple of tips for all the subscribers of Agent Inner Circle here today. Let me start with the very first issue or challenge that I brought up earlier on, which of course is the idea that prospects aren't going to call you back. And the real truth is, yes, the way that we're going to converse with prospects and get them on the phone is going to be, a 90-10 proposition of you proactively calling them and getting them on the phone. That's just the reality of it. Now, 10% of the time, maybe 15 or 20 at most, we can get them to call us. But it's ironic, and this has been tested to exhaustion. Funny, it's more likely a prospect will call you back because you didn't leave a voicemail message than that you did leave them a voicemail message, which sounds really counterintuitive, but the reasons are pretty obvious. They're getting calls from this phone number and they want to know who it is. So if you go and tell them, oh, it's James the realtor, they're like, oh, it's a realtor, and there's no callback, versus no message, and it's kind of like, curiosity killed the cat. They want to know who it is. And a lot of you I know can relate to the idea that, you get a call back from a prospect saying, who is this calling from this number? Which is why you always want to make sure that you're calling your prospects back from a local phone number that looks like a personal call. If it's a blocked number, worse if it says telemarketer or spam risk or something like that, blocked number. Nothing screams this is a telemarketer or a solicitation more than an 888 number or an unknown caller or blocked or out of the area. A local phone number, even with a personal name, looks like a personal call, far more likely it will be answered, more likely. Nothing is definite here. We're not shooting for 100%. What we're looking for is better. So more prospects will answer the phone because it looks like a personal call than if it looks like a solicitation. Now, even having said that, yes, the prospect doesn't answer the phone, it goes to voicemail, and you're tempted to leave a voicemail so that now we can say, ball's in your court. If you're interested, call me back. And of course, they don't call you back. The problem, though, is that prospect then goes on to list their home with another agent and buy another home, and $35,000 in total commission just walked out the door because you said ball's in your court. We got to be more proactive than that. So what we're going to do is this. When the prospect, when it goes to voicemail, they don't answer, we're going to hang up, wait a minute for the voicemail to clear, and then call them back again. That's called double tapping. The same phone number, local phone number, personal name. The prospect is extremely likely to look at that and say, who is this person? They're not hiding who they are. Doesn't look like a solicitation or some sort of a spam call. Some prospects, because you didn't leave a message and now you're calling them again, will answer that phone. 2, 3, 4 hours later, you call them again. Same phone number. We're not going to leave a message. You'll discover that by doing this, you're going to get a whole lot more prospects actually answering the phone than if instead you left a message saying, it's James with ABC Realty, call me back. Not going to get too many callbacks that way. You haven't given them a reason to differentiate you from a telemarketer. And the problem is we really don't have that much of their attention over a voicemail. So test this yourself. And what you'll discover is you'll get more prospects answering the call when you double tap and don't leave a message. And ironically, you'll get more direct calls because the prospect will call and say things like, yeah, who is this? I got a couple of calls from this phone number. That's very, very common when you're not leaving a voicemail. Test it for yourself, and I bet you'll discover, like hundreds of others that have tested this as well, you'll discover you actually reach more prospects doing it this way. Now let's go on to the second issue that we want to address here today. When we do get the prospect on the phone, the prospect sometimes denies having responded to whatever it was that they had initially responded to. That isn't uncommon. And almost always the problem is they're caught off guard, they feel like they're talking to a telemarketer. And so what we have to do is very clearly and concisely be specific about what the prospect requested. Okay, now I'm going to take you through this in a step-by-step process. What we don't want to do is exchange pleasantries before differentiating ourselves from a telemarketer. What that means is this. Oh, hi, prospect Bob. It's James with ABC Realty. How are you today? Seems like a logical, nice thing to do. The problem is, to the prospect, you're a telemarketer at this point. You haven't given them any reason why you're calling them or any benefit. So now there's a break in the call, and the prospect can say, I'm really busy right now. Can you call me later? Or worse, take me off your list. I'm not interested. Thank you. Bye. Because that's how we treat telemarketers as consumers. Instead, what we want to do is immediately tell the prospect what they did for us to be calling them now. Okay, that's a writer downer. Tell the prospect what they did for us to be calling them now. And the more specific you are, the less likely it is the prospect denies doing it. So here's how we can exchange pleasantries. Oh, hi, Bob. It's James with ABC Realty calling. I hope you're having a great day today. But the reason I was calling is last night on our website, I see that you registered to search for pool homes under 800,000. I wanted to let you know I've given you full access to do that. I hope that's cool. Okay, now all of a sudden, all in one foul swoop, we've told them who we are, exchanged pleasantries, but instead of saying, how are you, we've said, I hope you're having a great day, or I hope you're having as great a day as I am, Bob. Hey, the reason I was calling you, and we're going to tell them what they did, when they did it, and where they did it. My website last night, pool homes under 800, whatever it was they requested. Now, I'm not saying that's going to eliminate deniability. What I am saying, though, is it's going to dramatically reduce it. And if done correctly, because it kind of sounds like the call's over, that's what you were calling about, just to let them know, very often what you're met with is a reaction of appreciation. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll check that out. They've asked you to do something for them specific. You've told them what that thing was and that you've done it. Normal human beings have to say thank you. I mean, that's, hey, you asked me to cut your grass while you were gone. I just wanted to let you know I cut your grass while you were gone. I hope that's okay. There's only one correct response to that, and it is thank you, right? So this is sort of a similar thing that we're turning this around. So we're going from the prospect being really angry and upset with this pest to all of a sudden we become a welcome guest to the prospect. So learn that introduction. And before you follow up with any prospect, you're going to double tap, call from a local phone number. When they answer the phone, we're going to be very specific immediately in what they did for you to be calling them now. And all of these things collectively, what you're going to discover, you're going to reach more prospects and you're going to get more of them to have a conversation with you about their moving plans. And all of a sudden, what starts to happen is from sporadic appointments now and then to all of a sudden appointments every month, appointments every week, and ultimately appointments every day. And why? Because there's no scarcity of leads, no scarcity of prospects, lots and lots of them, and lots of ways that you can generate more and more and more of them. So once you get this part down, now all of a sudden we've got lots and lots of appointments. And if you can get face-to-face more often with more prospects, 2025 is going to be the best year you've ever had in real estate financially, regardless of what is happening in your local marketplace with sales. You have more appointments with more prospects, you're going to get a bigger piece of the pie, and that's going to be good news for you and your family. I hope you really enjoyed this tip. And the last thing I want to leave you with, I know all of you are subscribed to Agent Inner Circle. And if you're not, you definitely want to make sure you do that right now, whatever platform you're watching this tip video from. Make sure you subscribe. It's absolutely free, Agent Inner Circle. And I might also propose I'm with Agent Lead to Close, and what we focus on specifically is mastering your lead conversion. It doesn't matter the source of your leads, doesn't matter where the leads come from. You need to be systemized and skilled in exactly what you're going to do with those leads. Don't invest hundreds or even thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars in generating leads and invest zero in the conversion of those leads. Invest in great systems and skill, and all of a sudden what you'll discover is your lead investment is paying 10 to 1, 100 to 1, 500 to 1. Now all of a sudden, as I like to say, now we're cooking with grease. So check out agentleadtoclose.com. We'd love to help you. It's a pay-as-you-play proposition. There is no contract. You do it for as long as you need to do it, and we're going to create masters. Having said that, I look forward to the next tip. Have an awesome day, everybody, and we'll see you next time.